Hi there. It's December 24th and time for Proverbs 24. Now we're finishing our 30 wise sayings that we're supposed to memorize today and moving on. So let's get to it. Verse 1. Do not envy people or desire evil people. Do not envy evil people or desire to be with them, for their hearts contemplate violence and their lips speak mischief. It says mischief in both ones. That. Don't hang around those people. Don't want to be with them. A lot of them are getting in a lot of trouble for doing things now that they should never have done. And everybody that hung around with them are getting swept up in it. So, right. Verse 3. Strength through wise counsel. By wisdom a house is built, by understanding it is prepared, and by knowledge its rooms are filled with every rare and pleasing treasure. That by wisdom and by knowledge a house is built and its rooms are filled with rare and pleasing treasure. Right? Doesn't say money there, does it? It says wisdom and knowledge. Verse 5. A wise man is strong, and a man of knowledge becomes even stronger. For with wise advice you wage war, and in many counsels there is victory. Is that one? Could be. 7. Wisdom is unattainable for a fool. He does not open his mouth at the gate. Right. 8. One who plots evil will be called a schemer. A foolish scheme is sin, and people detest a mocker. Right. An author of wickedness. That's what a schemer is. You know what a schemer is? An author of wickedness. Right? Plots evil. Lots of those in the world, too. Some very, very powerful ones, too. And people detest them, right? Just like it says. Okay. Counsel on friendship. Verse 10. If you falter in a day of adversity, your strength is small. If thou be faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. There's a note over here. Man hath no trials of his strength till he be in troubles. Right. You have no trials of your strength until you are in trouble. And then you'll find out how strong you are. Okay, let's highlight that. Let's highlight that. That's kind of important, right? Okay, 11. Rescue those being dragged off to death. Hold back those stumbling to slaughter. If you say, look, we didn't know this, won't he who weighs hearts perceive it? Won't he who guards your soul know it? Won't he repay each one according to his deeds? Right? If you can help, you should help. If you know about evil being done, you should do something about it, right? You can't say at the end, we didn't know. Because God will know in your heart if you knew or not. Okay? He'll know that. So, be aware. 13 and 14 go together. Eat honey, my son, for it is good, and honeycomb is sweet to your taste. Likewise, know that wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, there will be a future, and your hope will not be cut off. Right. Eat honeycomb because it tastes good and it's good for you, right? Wisdom is also good for you and tastes good to your soul, right? Find wisdom and never stop searching for it, right? 15 and 16, I think, go together too. Do not lurk like the wicked near the dwelling of the righteous. Do not assault his home. For though the righteous one may fall 7 times, he gets up again, but the wicked stumble in adversity. All right? That's highlighted over here too. It may or may not be one of the things, but it could be. Evil people lay no way to a wicked man against the house of the righteous, and spoil not his resting place. Do not assault his home. Right? If you knock a righteous one down, he gets right back up again. Right? gets right back up again. But the evil don't. 17 and 18. This is important, okay? Do not rejoice when your enemy falls, or let your heart be glad when he stumbles, or Adonai may see it as evil in his eyes and turn his wrath away from him. Do not rejoice when your enemy falls. You should not gloat over somebody, right? You should feel sorry for them. Jesus said, love your enemies. That's important. If God sees you gloating over something that he did, he's liable to take the punishment off of them and put it on you. Don't you like that? Hey, 19 and 20. Do not be upset because of evil people, or be envious of the wicked. For the evil person has no future, and the lamp of the wicked will be snuffed out. Right? I said that at the top too. Do not be upset. Fret not thyself because of the malicious. Right? Don't fret. The evil people, they have no future, okay? Everything they have is right now. In a temporary life. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. Right? Then they'll be gone and they will be in everlasting torment. Us, on the other hand, will be in everlasting peace. And this life will seem like just a drop in the bucket. Right? 21 and 22. Okay. My son, fear Adonai and the king, and do not associate with rebels, for their destruction will arise suddenly, and who knows the ruin both Adonai and the king can bring. Okay? Do not associate with rebels. All these protesters, don't associate with those guys. Okay? And we're going to highlight that just because. And we know from now this 22, that was the last of the 30 sayings. Okay? So let's go back and highlight the other stuff here. Okay, so so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, and it was like 15 yesterday and 5 the day before, so that's probably 30. I mean, I may have counted wrong, but they are 30, and you're supposed to just know this stuff. Have it memorized, keep it on your lips, and ready at all times, right? And a lot of it was just be common sense. 30 sayings. Now this is where it separates right here. Okay, these are also sayings from the wise. Okay, apart from the 30, these are more. Okay, partiality in judgment is not good. Whoever tells the guilty you are innocent, people curse him, and nations revile him. But those who convict the guilty, there will be delight. Good blessing will come upon them. Right? Now this goes on way too much. Okay. Some evil people will pay the legal fees for somebody to maliciously sue somebody and accuse them of something they never did to get money out of them, to try and hurt them. All right? And they will buy witnesses, they will buy judges just to try and ruin somebody's name. That's why it says partiality in judgment is not good. Judges are supposed to be completely impartial. Right? Tell the innocent, tells the guilty they're innocent. And those who convict, Okay, 26. An honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. Right. 27. Finish your outdoor work and get your fields ready. After that, build your house. That's kind of wise advice, isn't it? Finish the outside work first. You don't just go on a piece of bare land and just start building the house. You have to prepare the land, right? 28. Do not be a witness against your neighbor without cause, and do not deceive with your lips. Don't lie. Okay, that's important. This one's important. Do not say, I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay him back for his deeds. That's God's job. Right? Somebody does something bad to you and you do something bad in return, that makes you just as bad as them. Right? Now you have become the evil one. Okay. Lesson of the lazy. Okay, this is a proverb, a story that he made up to drive a point home, right? I passed by the field of the slacker, by the vineyard of one lacking judgment. Surprisingly, it was overgrown with thorns. The ground was covered with weeds, and its stone wall was broken down. Then I took to heart what I observed and learned a lesson from what I saw. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. Then your poverty comes tramping in, and your need like an armed soldier, or some say bandit, armed man. Okay? If you have everything you need to survive and you just sit and do nothing, okay, a little sleep, a little slumber, your poverty comes tramping in. Okay? Well, there you go. That's Proverbs 24 for Christmas Eve. Okay? We can go over the rest of our 30 wise sayings. Okay, real quickly. Okay. Don't envy people who desire to be with them, for their hearts contemplate violence and their lips speak mischief. Okay. And that says that again down here too. Can't remember where I saw it. Witness, partiality, judgment, bear the king. Yeah, here it is. Do not be upset because of evil people or be envious of the wicked, for the evil person has no future. Right? And the lamp of the wicked will be snuffed out. Okay? Driving the point home. Don't envy evil people. Don't desire to be with them. Because where they're going, you do not want to go. Right? Okay? And the next one, by wisdom a house is built, by understanding is prepared, and by knowledge its rooms are filled with every rare and pleasing treasure. And by wisdom a house is built, and by knowledge its rooms are filled with furniture and treasure. Okay? Doesn't say money. It says wisdom and knowledge. It's important. Okay, and the next one, a wise man is strong, and a man of knowledge becomes even stronger. Right? If you were wise. Now, see, who is the one who always leads these armies of these huge, gargantuan, barbarian men? Right? It's always someone that's small and very wise. Okay, and he leads them, which makes him the strongest one of all. Right? For with wise advice you wage war, and in many counselors there is victory. Right? Okay. Wisdom is unattainable for a fool, and he does not open his mouth at the gate. Somebody that I just don't want to know. Okay? They don't. Fools don't want to know. One who plots evil will be called a schemer. A foolish scheme is sin, and people detest a mocker. Okay? That's another one. You're memorizing all these, right? And this one's important. It's yellow. If you falter in a day of adversity, your strength is small. Right? You will have days of adversity. You will have tests to test your strength. And if you falter, your strength is small. Okay? Things happen to us to test our strength. And the next one, rescue those being dragged off to death. Hold back those stumbling to slaughter. If you say you didn't know about it, God will know if you did or not. He will weigh your heart. And if you knew and did nothing and you were able to do something, he will repay each one according to his deeds. It's important. If you can make a difference, right? And the next one of our 30 sayings, eat honey for it's good, and it's good for you, right? Likewise, know that wisdom is sweet to your soul, right? Honey tastes sweet to your taste. Wisdom is sweet to your soul. If you find it, there will be a future, and your hope will not be cut off, right? Find wisdom. It's in these pages, okay? And the next one, do not lurk like the wicked near the dwelling of the righteous. Do not assault his home, for the righteous one may fall 7 times. He gets up again. But the wicked stumble in adversity, right? You can't keep a good man down. You've heard that saying, right? Some very famous good people say never, ever give up, right? And this one's important. Do not rejoice when your enemy falls, and let your heart be glad when he stumbles. Or Adonai may see it as evil in his eyes and turn his wrath away from him. Right? Do not gloat over somebody who loses. Okay? Never should. And America never has. And when somebody attacks us and we attack them and our army wins their army, right? We're happy, but we don't gloat. Then they go back in and help them rebuild and help them. That's the right thing. Love your enemy. And the next one, do not be upset because of evil people. And we read that in the first one, right? For the evil person has no future. Don't worry about him. Okay, and the last one, the 30th saying of our wise sayings. My son, fear Adonai and the king. And do not associate with rebels. Okay? By rebels back then, they meant people that were like the protesters today. Okay? Like these clubs with names and 3-letter organizations that go out and protest and set fire to things and break things and block traffic. And don't associate with those kind of people. For their destruction will arise suddenly, and who knows the ruin both Adonai and the king can bring. Right? Or in this case, the president. Right? Okay, that was our 30 sayings. Took us 3 days to get through them. And you're going to memorize them all, right? We have to go through those again. Right? 22, 23, and 24 are the parts that Solomon says to memorize and keep them ready on your lips. That's why we highlighted and went over every single one. Okay. And 23 starts a different section. These are also sayings of the wise. And we highlighted a few things. Finish your outdoor work and get your fields ready. After that, build your house. Right? Get the fields ready. Okay? You can't. When you build a house, the first one that comes in, right, are the people that prepare the ground and flatten it and make sure you got a good foundation, a good place to build your house. You can't just build your house and not do that stuff. Right? And 29 is important. Do not say, I will do to him what he has done to me. I will repay him back for his deed. And look, there's a footnote. Matthew, Romans. This this Bible is very interesting because the Tree of Life version, put together by the Messianic Jews, which means the original Jews that believed Jesus and believed he raised from the dead and followed him, right? The ones it was meant for put this Bible together, and they rearranged it so it was in order. So it was, the whole Bible was one story about Jesus. And it's one of the few versions I've seen that actually, in their footnotes, will point to the New Testament as well. Most of them don't. It's very interesting. Yeah. Anyways, don't get even. Do not get even. That's God's job. If you, by doing to him what he did to you, you are just as evil and sinful as he is, and that's what God sees. Okay. And then we had the proverb, or the parable. Parable is what it is that he made up. Don't be lazy. Okay. So there you go. That's Proverbs 24, and we finished our 30 sayings. So that's cool. Stay tuned later. We're on day 359 of our Through the Bible in a Year. Isn't that amazing? 359. Every day, and never missed a day. And today we're doing 2 Peter. Okay? 2 Peter. Then on Christmas we will do 1 John, and then the day after Christmas, 2 John, and then Friday we will start Revelations and be finished by Sunday or Monday. So there you go. And we'll be finished, and we'll have to start a new study, right? So give us a like if you think about it. But until later, we'll keep going. See you then.